the Me First podcast, where we put ourselves first without guilt, because if we don't, who will? And today we are going to be talking about the early birds. Rhea, my cousin here, is an early bird in terms of perimenopause. And we were just talking about it, and technically, me an early bird in menopause. I had mine at 45, forced by a hysterectomy. So we all know menopause can happen in your 40s, and perimenopause can happen mid 30s. Yeah. But before we talk about all of that, let us check in. How are you doing this week?
Hello.
How is life?
Life has been treating me good lately, so it's I've got nothing to complain. Beautiful, beautiful, a lot of energy.
Amazing. Yeah. You know, if your perspective is positive, you have absolutely nothing to complain about. 100%. Me too. That's kind of true. It's been busy at work for me. I am going through an implementation of artificial intelligence in my system. I started last week, and I'm a little bit of a nerd, so it's a little bit exciting for me, but it's also a little bit stressful because of the demands. But I love it. I love it. I'm doing things that has nothing to do with administration and management, and I kind of miss that part of my job. So I love that part. And it's helping me kind of understand. Everybody knows AI and ChatGPT, and right now we are learning things called agentic AI, which is probably what everybody should be afraid of, where you train an AI to be like a person.
Wow. Yeah. That is very interesting.
Yes, I'm looking into a full implementation, hopefully by November. But it's a little bit scary. So give the AI a job description and say, this is what I want you to do, and this is going to be your job.
Wow. Oh my gosh. I wonder how it's gonna be in another 5 years, huh?
Honestly, how about wondering what's gonna happen in 12 to 24 months? Because the adoption that is happening today is so much more aggressive than it ever was historically in our lives.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have an awesome job. You're updated with all of those things, huh?
I don't know that I have an awesome job right now. I'll tell you after I go live. Maybe. I mean, I'm not going to complain. I do love my job, and I do love what I do. But what scares me is because I'm a people person. I care for the employees. I work in customer service, but I care for the employees more than our customers. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I say that because I believe that if your employees are taken care of, the business will take care of itself, which includes the customers that we serve. And so that is my priority. And we're going off topic here, but in the discussion of AI, the initial reaction that you get from most people is that they feel threatened. And I don't want that. So
wow. That's why you're a good leader.
I'm hoping.
You are. Yes, you are.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that so much. So, going back to our topic, pull. Get the rope back.
No, I don't want to go. Early
Real
birds,
talk.
Yes,
early bird. Tell me, what is your experience like? How did you even know that you were going to be an early bird?
I didn't know that you were expecting it. Yes, okay. I wasn't. But when I pieced the puzzle together, I think I definitely started having symptoms around 38 years old, and it pointed to more on the declining progesterone. So, and that's the first hormone that women are starting to lose, and then estrogen just after that. So that's when I realized, because all of my symptoms, it pointed there, and I was 38 back then. And then I started becoming more aware about maybe a year and a half ago. And I started to make contents about it and share it with other people, talk to people about it. And when I did finally share it in my social media, a lot of people, especially men, my friends back in the Philippines, they were saying, why? How old are you anyway? I'm only 40. I'm going to be 43, but they don't know these things. So they think that when you say I'm in perimenopause, it's like, oh, you're old, and it doesn't make sense to them. And that is a bit embarrassing for me. I had a hard time accepting that because I'm doing all the right things for myself. I take care of my body, I work out, I watch what I eat. I am proud of what I do to take care of my body. But then why am I so early? Like, why me? I don't get it. Why me? What? Why? Doesn't make sense. So that's
Yeah.
what the first, I guess, the first feeling that I had. It's more
I,
shame, you know.
I absolutely completely understand that. Coincidentally, both of us are early in this stage. Lucky for you, it started at 38, but then you realized it, what, age 42,
41,
41?
42. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, oh, well, all right. So it's just about the same time as I did.
Mm-hmm.
I had my hysterectomy at 45. And I want to say I first experienced symptoms 6 months after. So hysterectomy was in December, and I started feeling off around April, maybe less than. But what caught me off guard was hot flashes and night sweats. And it was
Mm.
just the strangest feeling for me because I've never felt it before. I could not explain it. And I've talked about this before. I'm going to go back to my doctor telling me, you kept your ovaries and therefore you're going to be fine. You're going to go through menopause just like any other woman, and 45 is too early. What my doctor actually did was she had me
Wow.
take a natural hormone supplement called estrogen. And so I told myself, if I'm taking estrogen, I should be okay. And, I shouldn't be feeling any of these symptoms.
Mm-hmm.
So I went through that for 4 years until last year, July, about a year from now. I had to move states, and I had to go through my physicals again because I had to change doctors and whatnot. It was then that I met the gynecologist that I have today, and she was like, let us take some of your labs. And that was then when I realized something was off. And she helped me understand what my lab meant, and found out that I was way down in terms of estrogen. And so
Wow.
immediately I went to get HRT. I'm on the patch, started on progesterone, and complete 180. I have to say, complete 180 in everything. I was able to sleep. I was able to get some rest. I found a little bit more energy. And
Mm-hmm.
that's amazing to me. And it was an incredible, incredible difference. So absolutely.
Wow. So it
Yeah.
took you 4 years. You've been feeling all of the symptoms for 4 years, and you.
Yes. Yes. four
Wow.
years. Not to mention, I started a tummy bloat.
Mm-hmm.
So they took my ovaries, and you would think that my tummy would have kind of shrank, and then realizing I was growing an odd type of fatty skin layer just around my belly button. They call it a
Hmm.
spare tire. I call it a little bicycle tire. It sits on my lap when I sit down, and I could not get rid of it for the life of me. Could not get rid of it. No cardio, no sit up would get rid of it. Sometimes I felt like it was growing. I mean, I could go have dinner and gain 2 pounds. I stopped weighing myself.
Wow.
Yeah,
Good thing you
absolutely.
found a doctor that
I
gave you
I
HRT.
would. Yeah, absolutely. And I feel very fortunate because, to be honest, I didn't educate myself on any of these.
Mm-hmm.
I had to be educated because I didn't know. And you look at your doctor, you trust your doctor, and it's not like my other doctor did not look out for me. I
Mm-hmm.
trusted her. I saw her for 13 years, the doctor prior. And
Mm-hmm.
so I trusted her. It's
Of
just
course.
maybe they were not informed. And that made an incredible difference for me. I still love her. I don't think she
Mm-hmm.
had any bad intentions at all. It's just, I don't think that the conversations about perimenopause and menopause are happening enough. And which is why, we're doing this, because I really truly believe that the more conversations that are happening around it, the more educated we become, And women all over the world can learn and
Absolutely.
see what they can do for
Absolutely.
themselves. So
Yeah.
let's talk solutions and tips. What have you done? What have you done since you found out that you were one of the early birds?
So I went to see two doctors, and both of them didn't give me HRT. I was asking for I I don't know, but I am just so I can what I feel in my body. It's like it almost it was almost a self diagnosis because I am piecing up all of the things. I am very in tune with my body. If something's off, I dissect it and I obsess on. Not really, but I mean, I really dissect it. And so these are the things. And so I did my assignment and I go to the doctor. I asked them, can you give me a request for these labs? And I don't go back to them because I know that they don't want to give me hormones. So I looked for one in Spain, and she is known to be open with that. She had a study. She studied a lot about menopause. So, and then she said, yes, these symptoms are, you are not imagining it. These are real and it's happening. So she gave me progesterone. I don't need estradiol yet, estrogen. So I started with progesterone, and that made a huge difference. And I wanted to ask you this. I want to talk about this because me, progesterone, I can remember the first time that I took the pill. It's an oral pill, 100 milligrams, and I slept so good. I took it at night, and then the next morning I can almost feel like a cold towel behind my neck. I don't know. It's weird, but because I was writing down everything that I felt. I'm crazy. I got really crazy about it. So in the morning, okay, how do I feel right now? I was always checking in with myself. Well, I was in Spain. I didn't have anything to do. I didn't have any baking, or so it's more of like self everything. So that's how it felt like to me. But with you, it was opposite, right? When you were taking
It was.
progesterone at night, you couldn't sleep.
I couldn't. I couldn't. And I told my doctor this, and I have the same dosage as you do. I told my doctor because my normal bedtime, I'd probably be in bed by 9, sleeping by 10, if I could sleep, anyways. And I'd normally take my medication about 7 o'clock because I thought I'd give it
Mm,
time to digest. It didn't work. I would wake up my first week on progesterone. I was up at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. So, sometimes 2 or 3 times a night I would wake up. And that same week, I reached out to my doctor because I could reach out to them in email. And she said, change it and move it into mornings. And sitting there, I was thinking, well, why would I move it to morning if it's going to make me sleepy? And she's
mm-hmm,
like, no, just do it. So moving it in the morning kind of changed everything for me. It kind of reset, and I was able to go to bed about 10 and
mm-hmm.
slept until 4 o'clock in the morning. And I normally wake up at 5:30 anyway, so that completely works well. So it turns out our
Wow,
body like processes all of these quite
differently.
differently. So it's just a matter of finding out what works. Um,
Exactly.
just to add to what you were talking about, honestly, the solution and the tip that I could give is like what you did, push for more hormone testing, educate
Mm-hmm,
yourself,
mm-hmm,
track your symptoms, and find providers who listen, just like you
mm-hmm.
did. Find providers who understand because, like I said, it's not intentional for them to basically say, no, you don't need it, or no, you're too
Yeah.
young. There's a big chance, and it could be generational too. There's a
Mm-hmm.
very big chance that they are not aware or they haven't updated their knowledge when it comes to perimenopause and menopause, and that's very, very, very possible. But going into our next segment, talking about a tip is when you are having to deal with visceral fat and that type of stuff, cardio is your enemy. And I
Yeah.
learned that. That's one of the things that I learned when I was talking to my doctor. And she's like, because I love to dance. So I go to Zumba maybe 3 to 5 times a week, dance for about an hour, burn maybe 900 to 1100 calories, right? And she goes, when you do some high intensity cardio like what you do, you actually activate stress hormones in your body.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why the visceral fat stays.
It's
so
true.
That's one of the things that, definitely take into consideration. That's probably one of the biggest tips I'm going to give today in terms of this. What about you? What do you think?
Well, I think so too, because cortisol is our stress hormone, right? So
Mm-hmm.
when your body is constantly in stress, it's like with us. When we feel safe, we relax. So our bodies are the same. Like if you're starving yourself because you want to get thin, so you don't eat enough, you restrict your calories too much, or you do a lot of cardio because you want to get thin, your body is always in stress and the cortisol is always activated. So your body doesn't feel safe. I'm gonna hold on to this fat. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Puppies
Yeah.
want to be part of the podcast.
So yeah, your body's gonna hold on to the fat, and but then when you stop changing, because what used to work doesn't work anymore during this phase. So when you do what, listen to your body and take things slow, and then your body's gonna relax and it's gonna shed fat. But me, what I realized with myself is because I'm so blessed with a very good metabolism. I've always eaten like around maybe 2,500 to 3,000 calories a day. I would eat whole rib eye and it won't do anything to me until I'm 40, until about age 41. I was so good with that. I can eat everything, drink alcohol, whatever. Until recently, maybe around a year. So my body doesn't do that anymore. And I just have to accept that and I have to adapt. Like I cannot eat like this anymore. I just have to accept it. I have to watch my what I'm eating more, in terms of volume. And another tip that I would like to share is because when I started to talk to my doctor about hormones, she wanted to give me progesterone and estrogen at the same time. But I told her, doctor, I want to start with progesterone first because I did my own study about this. It helps when you do what they call it hormone stacking. You do progesterone first. If you have ovaries, if you still have ovaries, yeah. So you do progesterone first, and then when you feel good about it, you add estrogen. So for example, if you have, why do I suddenly feel something? You know which one that caused it, and then you can adjust the dosage or whatever. So that's probably one of the tips that I would like to share and would help a lot of
I love that
women.
thought. It was quite the opposite for me. I started on estradiol first, and then they were adjusting my estradiol. I probably started progesterone, honestly, I want to say 4 weeks to 6 weeks after,
Huh.
because I started at 0.25 on the patch. Then I was up to 0.5, and then I started on progesterone. No testosterone, though. Yeah.
You don't need it
You
yet,
know,
maybe?
I don't know. I don't think so. I'm probably due for my tests, so we're gonna check this year.
Yeah.
So that might make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about bedtimes and such. Probably a tip that I should do myself is reduce your screen time before bedtime.
Yes.
Reduce your screen time before bedtime.
Yeah.
And don't ignore your mental health. Go to therapy, journal, boundary, whatever. Set boundaries, whatever you need to do. Do all of that. But absolutely, I have a problem dead scrolling before I go to bed, and doing that kind of wakes up my brain. And definitely reduce your tech. Maybe put your phone down and watch TV. Or read a book. Except for me, I can't read a book because I wake up reading a book and I'm going to want to finish it.
Makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. So let's talk about a me first moment. Do you have a me first moment this week you want to share?
Well, this week I went to get my nails done. So, and it's been a long time. I haven't done that.
That's beautiful.
I'm
Make
not
it
sure if I'm gonna
regular.
do it again though. I don't know.
Why not? I get my feet done, but I don't get my fingers done.
Yeah. It's because I do it myself, and then so I did it. Okay, maybe I'm gonna do it differently this time. I went to the manicurist, pedicurist, whatever, nail salon, and then but
Mm-hmm.
it took a lot of time. So
Yeah,
I'm not
it
sure if
takes
I
about
enjoyed.
an
Yeah,
hour.
yeah,
It takes about an hour and a half. Plan it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
sometimes it's a good thing. Get a foot massage. Get
That would
um
that's yeah. It should have
yeah.
been a foot
You
massage.
could
Yeah.
Yeah, get the services that gives you a foot massage. It's kind of a good relaxing moment. Yeah, it does take about an hour and a half for me. I've never gone where it took less than an hour, but I enjoy pedicures. I don't get a manicure because the nail stuff kind of bothers me, and the nail polish doesn't last long anyway. So I
True,
don't get
me too.
manicures. I just make sure that my nails are clean. But definitely the pedicures, and I try to go. I don't go as often as most people do. I go between 4 to 6 weeks, and it totally works. It's like a nice treat for yourself.
Yeah, for sure. Next time I'm gonna get a massage. That's what I'm gonna do. I would stay there for 1.5 hours for a foot massage. I love foot massage.
Oh, foot massages are amazing.
Yes, I know, right?
Foot massages are amazing. Coincidentally, my first moment was also a pedicure because I was also overdue, which is why I'm sharing this with you.
Yeah. That's how
yeah, so I'm probably going to be good for the next month, but sometimes you got to take care of yourself. Honestly, another me first moment, and this is not just this week, that, you should probably kind of keep is find time for yourself. Find time for yourself.
Yeah.
Sit down and have a 30-minute. I have a social media account where I talk about taking care of your mental health because of the generational cycles we experience in our culture. And as I sit down and think about recommendations of how I take care of my mental health, one of the things that I highly, highly recommend is to sit down and take a break to do something you want to be you, where you are not someone's wife, where you're not someone's daughter, where you're not someone's mother, where you are just you. Do something you enjoy.
That's beautiful.
So, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So as we wrap up this episode, what do you promise to do for yourself this week? You're traveling, so
I am traveling. Oh, it's gonna be a lot of me first. A lot of me first for sure.
Well, you already told me you're gonna go to that restaurant that you like.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, that's all I can think about.
That's amazing. I only have one promise to myself, which is something that I have to keep reminding that I need to remember to do for me every time, which is to listen to my body and advocate for me.
Yeah.
And that's something every single one of our listeners should do as well. Absolutely. Anyways, that is it for our episode number 6 of the Me First podcast. We invite everybody to tag at Me First Podcast wherever you are at. Follow us. We are releasing episodes every Wednesday at 5:30 a.m. Eastern Time in the U.S. We are on YouTube and on Spotify. Follow our social media at The Awendra, TheAwendra, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Also, sign up for our VIP list where we would give you 2 free ebooks so that you can learn more about yourself and your symptoms, as well as a recipe for a high protein and a high fiber granola. It's loose granola. You could put it on yogurt or put it on whatever. Or if you could do like I do, put it in a bowl, pick it up, and just eat it throughout the day. Because you can never have enough protein. I think us women, we have a tendency to kind of forget how much protein we really need in a day.
True. We should talk about that in our next episode.
We should. Anyways, we will see you next time. And if you have any recommendations on what you want us to talk about on any of our future episodes, send us an email, hello@awendra.com. We will see you next time. Have a nice day.
Thank you.